after the disappointment of the other day. There are 8 finals remaining, and we need to accomplish our objective of making it into the Champions League next season. And we want our fans to come and cheer on for us, because what happened the other day, of course, had an effect.
Ruth Vilada, Catalunya Ràdio. En aquest sentit, demanaves després del partit una explicació.
After the game the other day, you asked for an explanation for what had happened. Has someone come to talk to you? Has someone assumed blame? No, we haven't talked about it yet. After the game, they said they were investigating what had happened. And I hope that we can find a solution so that that never happens again. It's something that needs to be done as a club, and the club is working on it. As soon as they have the explanation, I imagine they'll give it to us and then to the media. But obviously there was a mistake there. It was a mistake from us as a club, and that can never happen again. The players told me after the game. They felt like they weren't at home. They felt like they were in the final. And what we were trying to get through to the semi-finals, and it's not an excuse, of course, but we didn't feel comfortable, obviously.
Hola, Xavi, Marta Ramon de RAC1. Al marge de l'aspecte ambiental i de...
Apart from the atmosphere and all of that, regarding the football, do you get the sense that since the 4-0 win at the Bernabeu and the tough win against Sevilla, that the squad has relaxed a little bit, maybe? No, I think that against Levante, in some stretches we played well, and in Frankfurt as well. But we struggled with their transitions, with their breaks. We've lost more possessions than ever. In the last 3 games, we haven't played as well as in the Bernabeu or at home against Sevilla. We've seen that in the video as well. We need to continue to believe in what we're doing. We'd reached a very high level of play, of football, and in the last few games, it's gone down. So we need to recover that in the next few games. Tomorrow is a start to try and get to that objective of qualifying for the Champions League. But this is all part of the process, the change of a style of play. It's a matter of time, patience. We need to continue to believe, and we need to work hard. And tomorrow is a new start. We need to compete like we did at the Bernabeu, in Napoli, in lots of games in which we've been excellent. And now we're in a stretch in which we're not as good. But I think it's part of the process. It's normal. But the results need to start coming as of tomorrow.
Buen día, Adrián Alberts de la cadena SER. Anímicamente, ¿cómo estás tú?
In terms of morale, how are you and how is the team after the disappointment the other day?
¿Qué recibimiento te esperas mañana
And what
público en el Camp Nou
kind of reaction do you expect from the fans tomorrow? Well, of course, it's a huge blow. We had 2 objectives in the team, and we've been eliminated from the Europa League. We wanted to win it and get into the Champions League automatically, so it's a huge blow. But we need to pick ourselves up. We trained well today. The team is prepared to compete tomorrow, and I hope that the team will be right by the team tomorrow. The other day we missed them. Obviously, we want to thank those who were there, but we missed those who weren't. And we hope there's a great atmosphere tomorrow and that they support the team like they have throughout the whole season, maybe except for last game. They've been with us throughout the season, and we thank them for that.
Hola, Xavi. Germán García, Radio Nacional. En este sentido, ¿cómo se hace para levantar la moral?
In that sense, how do you do it to pick up the morale of a team after that result?
Como dices, ha sido gordo. ¿Cómo se hace para afrontar lo que os viene, que según nos
do you face what's ahead, those 8 finals that you talk about? Well, we've talked to the group, we've shown them what we failed at, what we've done well as well, of course. And it's always complicated. I mean, you've got an opponent in front of you. An opponent that does things well. I insist that we're on the right track, and the results need to start coming. We need to be patient. This is football. We can lose, of course, but we need to show our pride and fight to be in the Champions League next season.
Buenas tardes, Xavi. Víctor Navarro para el tiempo de juego de la cadena COPE. Quería preguntarle por cómo está Pedri.
I would like to ask about Pedri. How is he? We learned about his injury yesterday. Is he going to miss the rest of the season? Well, right now, he's obviously having a hard time dealing with it. He was having a great moment in the season, and it's a huge blow for him. We're going to give him time to recover and see how he is. It'll all depend on his sensations, on the injury, and how he recovers from it. But it's part of the game.
Hola, mister. Buenas tardes.
Hola,
¿Qué tal? Alejandro Segura en directo para Radio Marca. Hablabas de Pedri ahora. Te voy a preguntar.
We're talking about Pedri right now. I want to ask about Gerard Piqué. Last Thursday, there was questions about maybe his chance to play against Eintracht, and today he wasn't in the training session. Is it a bit more serious than what we thought? No, it's not really an injury. It's just nagging discomfort that he's been dragging over the last few weeks, and it's something that he needs to recover from. But there's no injury.
Buenas tardes, Xavi. Alfredo Martín de Onda Cero. Quedan 8 partidos después de la eliminación.
There are 8 games remaining after the elimination. Do you see the team in good morale to face those 8 games? I think we're capable. And it'll be complicated, of course. It'll be very tough. We've got important opponents. Cádiz tomorrow, of course, are fighting to avoid relegation. So they're going to come prepared, very motivated. Cádiz will be very motivated tomorrow. Then Real Sociedad are fighting to get into Europe. Rayo fighting to not get relegated, but for us, there's a lot of stake as well. We need to continue to believe in what we're doing. It starts tomorrow. It's an intense week, 3 weeks in 3 games in 7 days. We need to recover well from what happened the other day and compete.
Hola Xavi, buen día. David Ibáñez de Mediaset. Primero tiene que ganar el Barça mañana al Cádiz.
Barça need to beat Barça tomorrow. Barça need to beat Cádiz, of course, but
¿Y qué resultado prefieres?
Real Madrid are facing Sevilla today. Going to watch that game, and what result would you like? Real Madrid to lose and you get a chance to fight for La Liga, or Sevilla, of course? If they drop points, Barça will fight for second. Of course I'll watch it. But the important thing is that I've analysed Cádiz. We're focusing on that game. But of course, yeah, we'll be watching today. We'll see what happens. It's a very interesting game.
Sí, hola. Xavi Lemus de TV3. Més enllà de l'anàlisi esportiva que ja has fet de la derrota de l'altre dia...
Apart from the football analysis that you've made of the game the other day,
en els quals a la Champions no has aconseguit l'objectiu...
Other than that, have you thought about the impact of having played in the Champions League over the last few seasons and now having to compete in the Europa League? Where is the turning point for the team in terms of morale or of quality as well? Where's the turning point to try and compete again for big titles? Well, we need to work to consolidate this new style of play. We came in November. We need time. We need patience. We need to be more competitive. We need to improve on our mistakes. In the last 5 or 6 years, we haven't competed well in Europe, but we need to continue to believe. We need to believe in this project that started in November. Time, patience, consolidate things. And we're seeing little results. We beat Napoli, who's a good opponent. We beat them in their stadium. We didn't compete well against Eintracht, though. So there are things to improve, of course. We need to continue to compete and believe in what we're doing. Improve in every sense. At the moment, we're not competing well in Europe over the last 5 years, so we need to compete better.
María Garrido de A3 Media. En esta misma línea te quería preguntar si cuando llegaste aquí
when you arrived,
eras consciente que este año quizás sería difícil ganar títulos.
Did you think that this year it was going to be difficult to win titles, that this was maybe a transition year?
¿Qué mensaje trasladaste al
And you've also got a young team. What was the message to them, to the youngsters, after the result the other day?
Bueno, en primer lugar, sí, éramos conscientes de que podía pasar, ¿no?
Yeah, we knew that it could happen.
Este año estamos todavía peleando por la.
We're still fighting for La Liga. It could be very difficult, but
estamos ahí, estamos en segunda posición.
We're still there in second position.
Les he dicho a los jugadores que.
And from there, I've told the players that I'm proud of how they competed, the attitude, the sacrifice.
Pero que no jugamos bien.
But we didn't play well. And we've shown them in video the situations in which we made mistakes. There were mistakes on our part. It's a game in which we dominated the ball, we dominated possession, and we didn't make the most of it, and that's where we need to improve. We want to play through the ball, and we need to dominate through the ball and create more, and not allow them to create. We need to minimize those mistakes, because especially in Europe, where in the last few seasons we've not done enough. Obviously, we knew that this could happen.
Que joder y sacar el amor propio, pues también, ¿no? Pero tenemos que seguir creyendo.
We need to continue to believe, though.
Hola, Xavi, soy Basel de Bien. Has dicho que el equipo es capaz de ganar los 8 partidos.
You said that the team can win the 8 remaining games in La Liga.
Competencia o una pelea seria.
If Real Madrid lose today, do you believe that Barça can compete for La Liga seriously? Yeah, but if we don't win tomorrow, no. And if we don't win those 8 remaining games, no. We need to do our job, and then we'll look at the other teams. We need to continue to work with humility, and to be humble, and look at ourselves first. The first objective is to be in the Champions League next season, and if then we have a chance to compete for La Liga, well, all the better.
Ahí al mig.
Sí, hola, Gabriel Sanz, al Mundo Deportiva. En els darrers 3 partits, el Barça...
In the last 3 games, Barça has started out losing. It's something that's happened in almost half of the games this season. Is that something that worries you, that you take into account? Do you think it's circumstantial?
Sí, yo creo que hem de millorar.
Yes, I think we need to improve in how we come into games, especially in the second halves as well. We need to improve in that sense as well. I think it's very important, especially in the way that we play and the way that opponents want to play us. To get ahead on the score sheet is very important. If we can manage to take the lead, we force the opponents to come out and leave more spaces behind. But if we concede a goal, then we allow them to sit back deeper, and it makes it more complicated for us.
Xavi, Carles Ruiz Pérez del diari La Vanguardia. Pregunta bastant semblant. Jo volia preguntar-te perquè heu rebut 55 gols en 45 partits.
I would like to ask about the 55 goals that you've conceded in 45 games. What do you think the team is lacking in terms of trying to defend better? Is it about losing the ball? Is it about marking? How do you improve? Well, we have to train, to practice. We watch video. We try to play with a high defensive line. And in the last few games, it's been about us losing the ball and then the opponent hitting us in transition. We've also conceded from lateral crosses. But we do need to improve, of course, not concede easy goals. And in spite of the last 3 games, well, we'd spent the previous 5 without conceding, so that was good, but we need to continue to improve. What hurt the team most? Was it how they arrived to the stadium and saw all those fans, or was it the game in the end?
No sé, jo vaig tenir la sensació de que ja començava la cosa malament, no?
I had a feeling that when we left the hotel, things were started badly. We were in the bus and we had objects thrown at us. A bit of everything. We had to wait. We weren't able to get into the stadium the usual way. We had to go through another tunnel, and we weren't expecting it. It all started out wrong. Then there was the penalty, of course, and it was a bad night in every sense. It was a bad night, and it ended badly. We need to clean the slate, think about tomorrow, and fight for that objective, which is to fight for the Champions League.
La Liga ja no depèn de nosaltres.
Marcelo.
Hola Xavi, bon dia. Marcelo Beckler per TNT Esports de Brasil. Jo volia que tu expliqués, sobretot pel...
I would like for you to explain for the people who aren't from here. How are the Barça fans? What are they like? What are the Barça fans like in the stadium?
Les teves primeres rodes de premsa va dir després del derbi que semblava que era un altre estadi, que la
I remember after one of your first press conferences, you said that it looked like a different stadium since you'd last been there after the game against Espanyol. So how would you describe the Barça fans?
Com a jugador I com a entrenador.
For me, there's a before and an after. Like since I was a player and now I've become a coach.
Com a jugador d'ara com a entrenador.
Very different stadium,
and
seeing the Barça fans, how they've behaved in the last few games is great. They've supported us in the worst moments. When we've conceded goals, they continue to chant, they continue to support us, and that's been great. It didn't happen in the last game, but we need them. We need them to be loyal to the team and the club. That's what we need.
Germán.
Hola, Xavi, bon dia. Germán Bona de l'Esport. Amb les baixes de l'Araujo i del Piqué, té bastants
With the absences of Araujo and Piqué, Langley, of course, has a chance to play. What have you seen him like? I believe in him. I've used all of the players that we have in the squad. Everyone's training well. Everyone knows about the responsibility of playing for Barça, and he's an example of how he works, how he trains, and he's another guarantee that we've got in defense.
Buenas tardes, Xavi. Adrián Ragás, para el programa El 10 del Barça. Últimamente el equipo le está costando atacar cuando se enfrenta a defensas de 5.
Lately, the team has been struggling against defensive lines of 5. How do you deal with it? Well, we've also beaten defensive lines of 5. Osasuna played us with a defensive line of 5, and in the 20th minute, we were 3-0 up. The other day, we missed opportunities. There were key moments in which we should have been more clinical. Other times, against defensive lines of 5, we've played great games. Sometimes we struggle more. It depends on where the empty spaces are, in how effective you are in your chances. The other day, we had 5 or 6 clear chances to get back into the game, but we missed. Everything didn't go well the other day. We need to be self-critical. We need to see where we need to improve. Attack better, defend better. There's a lot to improve. It's not just about that defensive line of 5. There are lots of aspects.
Hola Xavi, Nacho Jiménez para Más que Pelotas. Comentabas anteriormente que el equipo estaba sufriendo mucho las transiciones defensivas.
You've talked about how the team is suffering with defensive transitions. Is it about how the players are positioned when they lose the ball, or is it about fatigue?
No creo que sea un aspecto físico.
I don't think it's a physical aspect.
Pérdidas innecesarias.
It's unnecessary turnovers. We lose the ball unnecessarily. They allow the opponent to counterattack, and then we need to stop that counterattack.
Recuperar en campo contrario. Nos ha faltado últimamente.
We've been missing those recoveries in the opponent's half, or fouling after losing the ball. But I don't think it's a physical thing.
Hola Xavi, Guillermo Raspar Iniestazo. Te quería preguntar, hoy desde la experiencia personal que tuve el otro día al terminar el partido, pocos minutos después ya empezaron los comentarios de dónde estaba hoy el ADN, ves como a la mínima...
I would like to ask, after the other day, there were questions about where was the DNA the other day, questions about the style, and after defeats like the other day, some people questioned the style. What would the message from you to those people be? Every time there's a defeat, that's the first thing that comes up.
Más moderno, ¿no? Que se llama.
Bueno, pero ¿quién lo dice eso?
No, te hablo desde aficionados en el estadio.
We're talking about fans in the stadium.
En medios de comunicación. Pero aquel aficionado que quizás...
Or things that are talked about in the media.
El fútbol que ha dado muchos éxitos al Barça durante...
But the football that's given Barça great success.
Nosotros con este estilo hemos ganado 5 Champions.
Has always been questioned when things go wrong. Well, that would be my response. I mean, it's football that's given us great results. We've won 5 Champions League with it. That's Barca's DNA. I think it needs to be that way. The idea of how we play. Even if there are questions, we need to improve that style of play. But we're not going to go to another system or another idea of how we play just after one defeat. We need to believe. We need to improve as well in what we do. This idea of play has given us great results, and we need to insist. We need to insist and improve. If we're making mistakes, we need to correct them, improve them. And not allow other teams to hurt us with other styles or other DNAs. We need to insist, and results will come in the end. It might not come with me as a coach, but it might come with the following coach. We'd lost this style in the last few years, and we need to bring it back. So we're insisting.
Hola Xavi, feliz tarde. Ángel Álvarez de Culemanía. El otro día, una de las dificultades que se vio del partido contra el Eintracht de Frankfurt.
The other day, one of the things that the team struggled with was
a Pedri, a Gavi.
Finding the interior midfielders, Pedri, Gavi.
Para que los interiores puedan recibir en las zonas de influencia.
How do you improve so that they can receive the ball more comfortably? Yes, we'd worked on alternatives, working with our number 9, receiving and then giving it out to wings or to those interior midfielders. You need to have other alternatives. When the inside lanes are closed, you need to go on the outside. But we need to be able to find those interior midfielders, Pedri, Gavi, Frenkie de Jong. But we didn't attack well. We didn't create the situations we normally create. We had 4 or 5 opportunities and we weren't effective. But we need to continue to work, attack better. We work today on how to attack Cádiz tomorrow. We need to have alternatives, so that if one thing goes wrong, we have other solutions. Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Oh, good save, the rebound for Diego. Throwing for Barça. Taking the ball quickly. Lozano. Turning. Lozano displaced. And now replaced by Víctor Pérez. Clara. Long ball for Víctor Pérez. Problems here for Víctor Pérez. Almost dispossessed in the end. A fantastic job to recover this ball. Ortiz. Adolfo in the left. Adolfo, Ortiz, Diego. Quick transition now. Diego. Taking the ball. Switching to the left again. It's Didac Plana. Now ball. It's out. Went out. Gadella now replacing Mateus for El Pozo. Throwing for the team from Murcia. Gadella opening to the right. Combination here, Gadella, the shot. Didac Plana. Adolfo tries to run. Ball went out. And there was a foul, actually. A foul on Gadella. Fourth one for El Pozo. Good control now for Diego.